Today we are going to talk about the basic Hive queries. See here, if I want to see the list of databases, I already entered into the Hive editor. So this is the Hive editor. I want to see the list of databases. Just give a command show databases where you can able to see the list of databases here. So I want to create my own database schema. Just give a command create. I'm giving a database name called BD. Now check if this database is created. So the new database schema is created now. So in this schema, I want to check, is there any table? Just now I created this database schema called BD. Just check, is there any tables exist? So I want to use this schema. So how can I use that? Just give use BD. Now we are into under BD schema. Check, is there any tables exist here? So currently there are no tables exist. Let's create a table. I'm going to create a table. I'm going to create a table. I'm going to create a table called input underscore table 555, and it has list of columns, and there are certain standards we are maintaining. The fields are terminated by comma, and lines terminated. There should be a lines in the records, and we will go to the next line. Something like that is stored as a text file. Let's create that. Table is created now. Let's see now. So now the table input underscore table 555 is created, and check what are the columns and the type of the columns. Just give a command describe input table name. DESCRIB describe input underscore table 555. So as we already know that we created the table, this table having list of columns. So there is a column price, which is of type string I given. We can also give float or int or whatever it is. And flat type I also given string. And similarly, there are other columns. You can see the street I given the var which is of 64 bits. And zip, which is of type string. So every column having certain type, you can define var or int or string or whatever it is. Okay. Now I created the table, right? So check, is there any data exists in this table? So currently, so far, we just created the table. So we don't have any of the data exists here, right? Copy and the paste. So there is no data available here. Okay, there is no data available here. Try to see the data. So what I'm going to do is so see here, I have a tab, I have a file called real underscore state underscore CSV under this directory pwd. And what is the content here? So I'm just checking. This is the content of this file. I want load this file data into this table input and try to load the data. Load the data. So this is very clear. Load data, and in this particular file is in this location into a table input table 555. Load the data into this table. Paste. What it's trying to say is loading data to be table BD under the database schema BD. The table is input underscore table 555, right? And it's loaded and it's taken so and so time. Let's see, is there any data? Is the data really loaded? Yes. I can able to see that the data is loaded. Okay. So what we done is we created a schema. We created database schema BD. Under that, we created this table, and now it has the data. Let's see in the browser console. It's very clear that the default location of any of the Hive tables or the tables will be here somewhere, right? So this is the table where we created, right? This is the bd.db database schema we created, right? Let's check. So, and this is the file which is loaded. See this is the third one, 128 MB. It is also giving the time exactly, right? Okay, if you can upload it, and if you can, give a click and it will give the file. Basically, you can able to see that. Okay, so let's continue for the other things now. So now I created the table, right? And it has the data. Try to do some kind of alternatives. So I'm planning to, what I'm going to do is let's check. So it's very clearly saying that it has, these many list of columns and rows, right? Let's say I want to limit off, I want to see only 5 rows. Just give select input table limit 5, then it will give the 5 rows. So it's giving the 5 rows, right? Okay. And if you really want to describe this particular table, if you really want to describe, what is the inside of that particular table, and let's see that we already given the describe command earlier. Describe. I'm giving extended. This is under the database schema BD. Just give that. So it's very clearly saying that it has all the information. If you see this, it's very clearly giving. It's not only giving the column names and the types, and it is also giving detailed table information and table name and DB name and the owner and when it was created and when it's accessed and the field names and list of comments. See this, there are plenty of other things also we can able to do that, right? With this command. This is command we given. And also the another one is try to format that table, formatted. This is the another command. Try to give this command. What it's trying to say is it's very clearly, it's giving, different kind of storage information and as well as, the table parameter information, that size as well. And also it's very clearly showing that completely where it is get stored, all this stuff, right? You can see that. And also, of course, apart from the columns and data types, it's also giving the database owner, created time, lost text, retention, location. It's giving all the information. It's pretty much, very intuitive, right? Let's say I want to check list of total count of records. Along with, I will also give street. We have a column called street, right? I'm also giving that. Let's see that. From so I think what is the column name? It's STREET. Sorry, when we are applying this count with this particular street or something, we can apply any of the functions like group by or something like that. Group by, I'm giving street. So then now it's performing. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm selecting the street and as well the count list of number of records, and based on the I can able to group the street. So maybe there are two people having, the same streets or something like that. It will try to group it and see this is submitted and it's first, executing the map and as well as the reducer. Yes. See this? Giving the street and as well as it's a group by, right? And it's also street and one group by, and it's very clearly, right? And we can also give directly the count command, count, and it gives the total number of records also. So now, as we know that we created the table input underscore table 55, I can able to rename the table. Let's rename the table. After so map is 100% reduced, is still running. Yes, see this. It's a total number of records. So let's try to do this. So I'm altering the table name, alter table input underscore table 5, rename to in tab. Now see the show tables. It's changed the name in tab. Okay. So now give select star from in tab. I can see the data. I can also give limit of 10. It's giving 10 rows. Okay. So if I want to remove the completely this particular table in tab, I can use drop table and the table name. So it is completely moved to the trash. It means that complete removed from the disk itself. So there is another alternative called truncate. If you try to do the truncate of this table, it is going to remove from the metadata. As we are very clear that all the tables information of the hives will be in the metadata, right? There is a meta store. That's where we can able to do it, right? So now, as we also know that we have created the database, show database or something like that, okay? Now see, I want to describe, I want to see more information on my databases, right? And what I'm going to do is, so describe the database and extended of that particular database name. My database is BD. And let's see what it's going to give. It's very clearly saying that it contains all the path and the owners and as well as the user. Okay, if I want to change this, I want to change the roles and as well as the user. Let's say alter my database and BD set OWNE or owner. What I'm going to do is on the role, I can give SA, I can give admin. If this command is executed, so it's done. Let's see the describe. Now the role admin. So earlier it's a cloud error, right? You can see the difference. So we can able to successfully done that. And at the same time here, I can able to drop this particular schema. Let's say that I can use command drop and drop this database BD. What it's trying to say is, so I'm trying to do this. I can successfully drop this. Okay. Now, if I see show databases, there is no BD. So basically, if the database having, the tables, it should not, if you give directly drop database, it should not work, because basically there should be a restricted. For that, because earlier I run that one, that command, something like a cascade. CASCADE, cascade. Make sure that we have to give that. Then only it is going to work. Okay. Try to give the other one. See this, I'm giving June 17. I can see that this is the database. I'm trying to drop that one. What it is saying, that it's not an empty, it's saying though, since if it is something is there, then it's not doing that. Let's see cas a s c a d e. Okay, try to do that. Now see this, after giving cascade, it is I can see that. Now see the list of, there is no June 70. That's how it is going to work. Okay, and that is one thing. And apart from that, yeah, so that's it, some of the basic comments. Thank you very much.